Well, the eyes of the world are on Iowa every 4 years as the Republican and Democratic caucuses grip the state. But Iowa's first in the nation status isn't guaranteed, and the process to determine whether Iowa is a key state in picking the country's next president is underway. Local 5's Larissa Leone joins us in the newsroom to break down more of the Democrats' concerns. Larissa.
Samantha, following the DNC meeting held last Saturday, Democrats aren't all on the same page about the future of the Iowa caucuses. There is one Iowan with a seat at the table, and he says there's a lot of work ahead to keep our state relevant.
There's a lot to unpack following the recent DNC meeting to decide the 2024 presidential nominating schedule. Scott Brennan is the only Iowan on the Rules and Bylaws Committee. Once they set the schedule, the full DNC can either adopt or reject it. Part of that schedule is who goes first and how they do it.
Going into Saturday, there are 31 members of the committee and there are 13 new members. And so, there's an educational piece that we have to do because there are very few caucuses left.
Following the meeting, Brennan says he is worried for the potential outcome as committee members express skepticism over whether Iowa should remain first in the nation, which Brennan says would get rid of retail politics, which has a history of making strong candidates.
And that's the beauty of Iowa, a place, where, Barack Obama was able to come to Iowa, little known senator from Illinois and ultimately become the nominee. Pete Buttigieg, did very well in Iowa in 2020. He was a little-known mayor of South Bend, Indiana. So folks like that, have chances to really shine. And, if Iowa's not first in the process, I think that goes away.
Brennan says without Iowa, presidential politics becomes about money and the attention moves to the big states and on to the already known candidate. Brennan isn't alone. Democratic Chair Ross Wilburn sent Local 5 a statement saying he is, quote, concerned and disappointed. Iowa State political professor Karen Kedorowski says there are two main reasons some Democrats are against retaining Iowa's first in the nation status, as well as retaining caucuses.
Concern that caucuses by their nature, they meet at a certain time of the day for several hours. In the evening, it requires people to leave their homes in what might be cold and nasty weather. The concern is that this draws, that this is exclusionary.
It's important to note that this meeting is not the deciding factor of what happens next. The DNC will hold a meeting in March. Following that, they'll hold meetings monthly until the August DNC convention. I reached out to the Republican Party and they released this statement saying the Iowa caucuses are a long-standing tradition that ensures anyone in this country can be president. Reporting live in the newsroom, Larissa Leone, Local 5 News, We Are Iowa.
Interesting stuff there. Thank you, Larissa. The Democratic caucuses 2 years ago were run by Troy Price, who chaired the Iowa Democratic Party. Now he chairs the Democratic Party in New Hampshire, a state which touts its first in the nation primary status.